We're all assholes in some way, and if you're there thinking, not Adrian, not me, I'm not the asshole, well that's why you're an asshole. Hey everybody, I'm Adrian Kaler and I'm a leadership coach to company founders, entrepreneurs, and corporate executives, and welcome to Fearless Leadership. If you hang out to the end of this video, I'm going to give you a free gift. It's called the Change Imperative. Anytime any organization's in change, it brings out the best and the worst in us. If you want to know how to work with difficult people, this book is the key. If you're leading a team or a company, you know the temptation. When you come across somebody that's a difficult person, what do you naturally do? You want to avoid them, ignore them, put them in the corner, put them somewhere you don't have to deal with them. You end up organizing your day around how not to have to deal with this person's drama. You might even find yourself taking on more tasks, doing much more than you have to be doing just so you don't have to deal with this person. I think about how much time you spend trying to convince others that they're not that bad, but you know they're horrible, even you're avoiding them. So you've convinced yourself that it's just easier to work around this person than actually talk right to the issues. So in this video, I'm going to ask you a series of questions for you to ask yourself next time you're dealing with this difficult person. So my first question to you is, what kind of relationship do you want with this person? Not what kind of relationship do I have to have with them, not like what's the relationship that's only possible now because they're such a certain way. So if you could wipe the slate clean, if you could start fresh, what kind of relationship do you want with them? So the second question is similar to the first one, but it's different in this way. Based on your role and position in the company, what type of relationship is required between you and this person? What kind of relationship do you need to have in order to be effective in your role? So the next question is, what would your experience at work be like if you weren't avoiding them? Like, if you weren't spending all the time that you're spending now working around them, having to say things in a certain way so that they don't. So what would your experience be like if you weren't doing what you've been doing? So the next question is, what are they experiencing? We don't typically empathize with the villains in our world. But I want you to think about this. Like this person, what's actually going on for them? So the last question, which is going to take the most guts, is what would it take from you in order to partner with this person instead of avoiding them? Like, what would you have to summon to the surface? What would you have to get off of? What would you have to get over? What would you have to forgive them for? What type of courage would you have to have in order to have the relationship you wanted with them? So what I'm not asking is, what is it going to take to change them? Let's just say that's their business. But what is it going to take from you in order to want to be willing to partner with them in a new way, even if they don't change a bit? So my invitation to you is to ask yourself these questions next time you're in conflict with a difficult person. Like, what's it going to take from you to make a difference? So if you're in for this level of self-leadership, put I'm in the comments. So now about that free gift, we have an ebook for you called The Change Imperative, which is instructions for how to innovate with your team. Anytime we're innovating with a team, our best sides come out and our worst sides come out. If you've been watching this, you want to know how to deal with your assholes in your life, this book's going to help. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, your people are counting on you.